It is Wednesday. Man, that feels awkward to say. Wednesday,
Yes, it
July
does.
2nd. Mav, how the heck are you? I feel like it's been ages since I've seen you.
What? No, we have been found with the hidden bricks.
No, we haven't been found because, man, I feel lost. It's been.
Yeah, it's been a week, and I appreciate everybody for hanging in there with the schedule adjustment. Mav wasn't in the right time zone to make things work.
Yeah, and we've been doing this for what, over 6 months now. I think that Friday was the first episode that we actually, and not podcast episode, but an after hours episode that we missed. Um, First one we've missed, even through your surgery that you had at one point and all the other stuff that's gone on. We have been there. So now we're back.
Yep, we have. So how you been?
Plugin. Peter's comment, my week is now complete. My week feels like it's just beginning. So I'm glad your week is complete. Shout out to Frank Accio Bricks if he is re-listening. Got a message from him today saying that, well, obviously we weren't live Friday and then we didn't have Monday, and he said he couldn't make it today. Then he can't make it on Friday or Monday, and I said there might not be a next Friday, and he's just, So shout out to him. So, is it Monday? No,
It
it
is
is
not
not.
Monday. It is Wednesday.
Yeah, so
Uh,
I don't think you and I have ever done anything on a Wednesday before, so this is a
yeah,
little
it's a
different
little strange, right?
because I
It's
feel
kind of
like it's
feels
Monday, and that makes
yeah,
me
it
feel bad.
kind of feels out of the zone, right? So
Yeah. It is a holiday week for those here in the US. So we are off on Friday, and Mav and I plan on shooting off some indoor fireworks on Friday for after hours. So that should be exciting. So,
you don't have the Instagram graphics on that.
no, apparently, though, hang tight. Ostef taught me this. If I can get this to work, let me see here. Maybe. Ah, look at that, man. See, you still get to look at that. Fireworks on a Monday night. So there we go. So if you have an Apple, if you have a Apple laptop, you can still get the interactions here. Same ones as Instagram has. So
Except Mav doesn't have Apple.
well, so yeah. See, the problem is I can't. I was going to put the rain cloud on, but it would have put it on me, and so I can't transfer that over to you. So I apologize for that.
All good.
But yeah. So got interesting topics tonight. Couple different things here, trying to come up with some different ideas for everybody. And we know you can find out regular Lego set release talk pretty much anywhere you go. So trying to change some things up for everybody. But before we do that, Mav and I just wanted to share over the next month here. We do have some special guests lined up. And because it's summer, schedules can be a little crazy. So we're going to hit you guys 3 weeks in a row with guests. So the 14th through the 28th, we will announce those the week before. Stay tuned for those. Mav, we had a brief conversation I threw at you today about a little idea. You wanna go over that, or
Yeah, I'll go a little bit over and you can go more
okay?
in detail since
Yep.
it was a Keith epiphany.
Yeah. Tends to happen.
uh it does tend to happen a lot. I get text messages coming from Keith like, "Hey, you got a minute? I gotta
Yeah.
run something by you."
Meanwhile, I just wanted to talk to you. That's all.
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh, but anyways, so we are going to be doing not I wouldn't say a challenge, but just kind of like an inspired build.
Mhm.
We're gonna have prizes to give out.
Yep.
So it's gonna be very, very interesting and fun. And Keith, I'll let you hit them with more of the details on that since this was your idea?
Yeah. So we have a special guest coming on the 21st, and I kind of got this idea of with this guest. I thought it would be neat to do our own little Bricklink designer challenge, I guess we'll
Hmm.
call it. So Mav and I are basically challenging our community to come up with a creation, an inspired build creation of their own, an original idea. So something that's not pre-built, not a set, nothing else, just something that you create as an original idea. It can be anything. Please keep it PG, is what we'll ask for in that regards.
Family
But
friendly.
yes,
If
yes, exactly, family friendly. So again, it can be anything from a small habitat to a larger build, whatever you choose. And then we will ask that you submit those to us by Friday the 18th. So if you want to submit those before after hours, we can show the builds on after hours. And then we will post all of the submissions into a poll. And then from that poll, we will have the community vote on the builds. And then on Monday, the 21st, we will talk to our guest and see if he would mind announcing the winner of the challenge. So again, that'll all get put up here over the next couple of days. Here, we'll have something put up graphic wise, just as a reminder of what's going on. But again, quick timeline: original build, your own mock. Can be anything. Use your imagination. Submit it by the 18th. Then the 19th and 20th, that weekend, we will have the community vote. And then that poll, from that poll, the winner will be announced on Monday, the 21st. And as Mav said, there will be prizes. So
yes, they will.
exciting stuff. Also, I just realized the Disney collab really smacked hard. I'm guessing Frank put a spell on that this month or in the month of June because Harry Potter lost. Didn't get much from that. I think June was a pretty busy month, Brick World and whatnot. So we're gonna chalk that challenge up as a misfire, and I don't know. Maybe we'll pass on the mashup this month because we have this challenge going out, and then we'll
Yep.
return to the minifig mashup in August. So, yeah. So with that, Mav, where are we starting tonight?
Where are we starting tonight? Well, as you can say, the episode is all about aftermarket pricing and retired sets.
Yes.
So, me and you have a lot of experience with this. So, it's kind of a
my heart hurts.
yeah, AT.
Yes. Yep. Yep.
So,
Yeah.
but but basically what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about Lego sets that have retired or are going to be retired. What can we expect? Can the FOMO set in? And so on. All pretty much everything that I think anybody in the Lego community can relate to at some point for
Yep.
this.
Yeah, I think anybody who's newer to collecting Lego is pretty much going to be stuck in the same category because most of the stuff that comes out now is very mass produced. Most of the time, it does hang around for a decent amount of time. So the chances of getting anything that's newer is pretty easy. So I guess pretty much, yeah, Home Alone. Home Alone. M with the shout out. Home Alone. I think that one's probably due to retire this
But
year.
her crumpled up one because she got it delivered and it was smashed to
Yeah.
like it just. And I've seen a couple of other posts about everybody getting their Bricklink
Yep.
sets too as well. So
Yep.
shout out to UPS on the good way of delivering. Thank you.
I think the inconspicuous brown boxes are now noticeable, and now they're going to start smashing the Lego boxes.
Oh man, he got the Bricklink
Yeah.
train, Western train. You know
Smash.
what? I didn't get that.
Yeah, take
Okay.
this reseller, smash the box. I mean, not putting any ideas in people's heads there, but that certainly is a way to devalue a set for somebody who's looking to flip it, is if you have a smashed box. Um, not putting any thoughts in anybody's head, but
But you did.
I did. So
Uh,
yeah,
no, but like, so what is one set minus the AT-AT?
yes,
Because I think we've beaten that,
mush.
down.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really we've really touched on that a lot, that
Story's
how
been
we
told.
missed out. Yep, multiple times. But as of right now, what is your retired set? What is a retired set that you want, that you're looking at trying to get or pick up? That's not Brickheads
Yeah,
either.
it's not brickheads. Yeah, because there's some. I mean, pretty much all brickheads are retired, other than a few of the newer ones.
And
So
they shoot up in price too,
they do.
so
Yeah, which is I mean, it's not as bad as some of the Lego sets other than the Comic Con ones, but um for me, because I'm a modular guy, the why am I drawing a blank on the name? Cafe Corner. Cafe Corner.
Cafe Corner.
Yeah. I story I haven't told yet on here, but you were aware. I did come across a Market Street. Actually, two Market Streets in my Brick World adventures. Um, Thankfully, the one I got was at a Bricks and Minifigs, and I had decided to bring a whole bunch of my new in box, um, just like gift with purchases, sets that I had that I was never going to open, a lot of smaller stuff. Um, I was able to trade that in at the Bricks and Minifig store, and I was able to put that towards the Market Street. So the Market Street is officially off the list. So now I'm down to the last modular, which is the Cafe Corner. I've never purchased a used modular before, so that was a step in a different direction for me, getting the Market Street pre-built. I have not inventoried yet, but the Bricks and Minifig stores say that when the sets are on their shelves, if they're on the shelf, it has been at least verified that all major parts are there, but there could be some minor pieces missing. Um, so like I said, the last one left for me is Cafe Corner. I know I will not be able to afford that new in box. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Frank sent me that text.
1800.
It was yeah, I think at Brick World there was a couple. It was 18. No, that was used. That was used.
Well,
It was in the they reboxed it, but yeah, that was
yeah,
broken down used.
that was like the, firehouse for me
Yeah,
at Brick
that
World.
was disappointing.
I seen it, I was like, "Oh," and it was like 900. I was debating it, but wasn't sure, if I really wanted to pull the trigger at that time, because being in Brick World.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, and I found out that what? It was, yeah, that doesn't work, and all retailers there, Josh. PayPal paying for.
Mav, yeah. Unfortunately, Mav's advice of PayPal paying for does not
Not
work everywhere.
It doesn't really work with retired sets. However, if you do go onto a Atlanta Brick Co., you can order sets through there and use PayPal.
Oh,
So,
interesting. Okay.
just FYI.
Yeah.
So, keep a lookout for that too, Keith, because
I'll have to check it out.
if they come across a modular that
Hmm.
you need,
Okay.
FA
Yeah.
Corner,
And I have trades.
yeah, you can actually
Interesting.
send their trades. Not trying to shout them out, but they do, um, accept trades
Mhm.
that you can mail in. They'll
Okay.
actually pay for the post.
Oh,
Send
nice.
them out. So,
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. So
but
yeah,
yeah,
so two
that
modulars.
firehouse though, I
Yeah.
didn't finish that one. It was used, and it was the same way that
Mhm.
your modular was
Mhm.
pieced out and put back into a box.
I'm going to say yours was worse though, because yours was actually displayed on a high shelf in its original box. So it looked new. Um,
It did.
And, like the cafe corner, I was like, you could tell it was not the real box. It was just a fake box, but it had like the picture on the front. We thought that firehouse, we thought that was a legit new in box Ghostbusters firehouse. And then you came to find out that $900 price was for a used. version.
Yep.
So, which, if I'm not mistaken, is what, about $400 over the cost of a used firehouse based off Bricklink? $300-400.
It depends because Bricklink average pricing can fluctuate based on the
Mhm.
market. So at some point it could be like 650. Other times it could be seven and change. So
Okay.
you're paying, I would say, anywhere from $700 to $1,000
Yeah.
for either a used or a new, or maybe a little bit over now for a new inbox.
It
So
makes me wonder. That would be really interesting to know, like, how many of each set that's ever been made is still new. So, like the Ghostbusters Firehouse, how many new in box firehouses still exist? Because obviously that set was not as mass produced as as the sets that are made now. So, how many people actually bought it and have held on to it and haven't opened it?
it could be a Mav situation
Could be.
where Mav has a backlog that he is trying to work through, and at some point just gets overwhelmed. Is like, maybe I'll get like not build it and trade it out, or get rid of it, and that's
Yeah.
probably what could happen. Or some people's collections change.
Yep.
I don't
You
know
still
why.
have you still have that Luke's land speeder?
I do.
Shout out to Mav. Luke's land speeder for sale if anybody's interested.
There's only like 8 of them. No, I only have 1, and I didn't buy it specifically for I had all intention and purpose to build it
Yeah,
and put it on that shelf. But building a couple of the UCS style ships, I'm like, "Whoa, takes up some
they
space,"
do.
right?
Yeah,
So I'm
yep,
kinda like, do I want, big space taken up by Luke's land speeder? So,
probably not.
nope.
Probably not. Um, all right,
They'll
so
come out with another one in, like, 4 years, so
yeah, so using those 2 sets as talking points here. Um, so both of them, obviously, I think Ghostbusters was what, 2018,
I believe so.
16,
I it
17,
it
18.
wasn't when I was back into Lego. So,
See, this is where you guys get the realism of what we do here, because we don't know where we're pivoting to, and this was not a pivot topic, and so I didn't have time to research it, so I'm just curious to see if I can quickly find when it came out. Of course I can. Okay, so regardless,
no, I can't.
details. Let's see, what can I find here? Okay, whatever. Um, what good reporting? 2015. Okay, thank you. Um, So that was 2015. Cafe Corner, probably, I think, what, 11, 12, somewhere around there when the modular started. I'm just off with dates. Um, so again, production values were shorter, shelf life shorter. Would you agree on that?
Yeah, I would say back then it was the turnaround times, because I feel like when I started getting back into Lego, like around 2020,
Mhm.
um, that like you see sets on the shelf, and then a couple months later, you're like, where'd they go?
Yeah. Yep.
Right? Or you missed out on me, like, oh, well, this is before like I really dug into like what's actually retiring. So yeah, yep. And it was 2016, the
I
Firehouse
would say I was just looking 2016. Yeah. January 2nd, 2016.
retailed
Now,
for 350.
yeah, which that's interesting to me because the builds that big, I don't feel were priced that high back then. Like, so that kind of seems high for the time period. Because you think about what do you get 350 now? Home Alone? Pretty sure Home Alone's around that
Yeah,
350
I
price
think
range.
that's 399,
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so um,
but that's also increased pricing too. It's like,
yeah,
well, there's been a price changes, obviously.
yeah.
So
So that, and then Cafe Corner. Right, that's so what I was looking for here, and I can't remember which website it is. Is it, does Brickset tell you how long it was on the shelf? Yeah.
Yep.
So it was out for 2 years. So January of 16 to December of 18. Cafe Corner. That I don't need a picture of. Thank you very much. Apparently I do.
Cafe Corner.
Cafe Corner came out in April of '07. Or excuse me, 8. Why are these dates backwards? Man, I look like an idiot right now. I can't read backwards dates.
Well,
It came out in 2007 and left in December of '09. So that was a little bit
2
less
years.
than 2 years.
Yeah, so it's about a 2-year span
Yeah.
from that.
So I mean, I guess that really hasn't changed much then, because that seems to be like a common
Unless you're the
shelf life.
UCS Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, man, that's been hanging around.
Millennium
Yeah,
Millennium Falcon.
that has
Yep.
been hanging around for a while. Now funny thing about Cafe Corner is I'm looking at that started out at 140. Current value used 770, current value new 1240.
That is better investment than gold right now.
Isn't that yeah, that's insane. I mean, that's absolutely insane. Um, so with that said, do you think any of the current sets that are out there now have this effect like these 2 sets in particular? Like, do they hold a value? Do they grow in value? Or again,
I
are
would
they too
say
mass produced?
I would say the only ones that I could think of, they're not official. Well, they are official Lego, but they're not officially released Lego sets. They're part of the Bricklink sign.
Yeah.
I think Bricklink sets kind of have that value. As far
Agree.
as right now, like I don't know what the change would be with them adjusting the length of time for the
Yep.
pre-orders and the amount that it can go because they've increased it a little bit
Yep.
of what they can produce. But as you know, a Bricklink set that you missed out on. Let's take the Lego store.
Yeah.
Go and try to find that for what the value was when it first released.
Yep.
It's almost doubled or tripled.
I'm gonna pull
I
that
think
one up here.
doubled.
Yeah.
I think doubled.
I also have another one for you, that I'm in the hunt for, and I did not know that it existed, um, until late last year. But let's talk about this Bricklink Lego store, because this was at the point where they were limited at that time. They were limited to 10,000 sets.
Right.
Now we're up to what, 30,000?
30,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's
So
more now, right? Because they adjusted because
the variable.
they extended it.
Yeah.
So basically, they don't have a set limit that I'm sure they have a limit that they know they gotta cut it off on. But
Yeah. Yep. So based off of Bricklink right now, new about 575.
when it
Um,
it had to be like 200 and change, right?
that's what I was thinking. Yeah, 580 in the US. So yeah, I mean, just say $600. So um,
So even if it
yeah,
was 300 bucks, it doubled.
yeah.
So
Oh yeah. So here's a recent one. Austin said Bricklink Seaside up to 340 at BAM already. Man,
well, that's because of I think this last set that yeah, this is the last set. The last
yeah,
series, not
yeah.
set. Um, before the uh,
The increase in levels.
increase,
Yeah.
right? So
Yep.
you're gonna see these sets probably shoot up a little bit more.
Yep. Um, so the one I was talking about here, this is an 2019 Bricklink set. 8 studs. It's the house that looks like a Lego brick. Um, I did not know
Oh
it
yeah,
existed. Um, it is going for cheapest in the US on Bricklink is $1,000. Also one for 1345 and one for 1400. And that was probably only 200 or less. So, I mean, you're going 6 times your original investment. It's just absolutely ridiculous.
So I guess there's two different sides. We're not here speaking as investments in Lego. But as you can tell, there is good.
Mhm.
It's good to invest in Lego. Because
Again, it has to be the old stuff though. I
yep,
don't see the same trend going for what's out now.
or
Like you said.
depends on it's really tough to judge nowadays because
Mhm.
like you said, a lot of it's mass produced. There's always clearances and discount. I think when
Yeah.
you hit, and Stud City would know more about that. When you
Yes.
hit on like clearance sets, so if you come across a set that's half off, right,
Mhm.
and you hold on to it, you're gonna get at least some value back in it. So
Yeah.
that's a different side of it.
Yeah. Yep.
But if you're looking at a set right now, um, what's the most recent set that I could think of? Let's take Mos Eisley's, right?
Mhm.
Cantina. I think you were like you were there when I called you and I said, "Hey, they just retired the set,
Yep.
sold out on lego.com." I checked all the local Lego stores because I pulled like what we did with the AT-AT. I was like, I don't really need it, do I really want it? But I know I did want it,
Yeah.
but I was trying to wait for the better pricing. And I
The
thought I could
dagger.
get lower. Yep, I
Yeah.
thought you can get lower, and you just gotta feel like confident with whatever you're deciding to pay.
Mhm.
So when you get a deal, just get the deal right
Yeah.
then and there.
Yeah.
Don't think about like, oh, I could get a better deal down the road. If you're paying less than retail, it's a good win regardless.
You mean less than retail and double points?
Well, that too. That's AT-AT again. Thank you very much.
I don't, man, no matter what we talk about, it's always gonna haunt.
Well,
That was the
because that was
stupidest choice we ever made.
yes, yes, we both texted each other. We had it in our car and we're like, and then you wait like a couple hours later when we went to go back and actually do it, it was like sold out. It was like gone. It was done. No back orders, no
Oh
nothing.
gosh. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that was bad.
no, but like most Isley's, I ended up finding it at Boston Brick Co.
Okay.
This is before it officially like no store ever had it, like, and
Oh, okay.
officially retired from the store. So it was still the same price. It
That's
was
nice.
going for $3.99. It
Yeah,
was new in
that's nice.
box. So there's where it kind of bit me a bit because I didn't get a discount
Mhm.
on it. I had to still have to pay retail, even though I traded in some sets. That's still money that I spent on other sets that
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
trading in. So
Yep.
you're not really doing a true savings. You're just kind of adjusting your collection at that point. So,
Correct.
but I got it. Got it for 250.
Which, in the grand scheme of things, is good.
Yep, it's still new in box because I haven't gotten a chance to build it because I have a specific like I don't just randomly go, when am I gonna build? I have specific like shelving space that I need to build for. So
Which, shameless plug, if you want to
yep.
hear about shelving, go check out last week's episode where we talked about shelving.
Yes, that was episode 9. I can't you know what we forgot to even say? Like it's episode 10. We
Oh
made
yeah,
it
yeah. I had this. Yeah, yeah,
10 episodes
yeah, yeah.
of the hidden bricks.
I had this big thing I was gonna say. I was just like, man, happy 10 episode, and I completely forgot.
No,
So
we'll save that for the end.
yeah,
So, but
yeah. So for anybody who's listening for the first time, this is not 10 episodes together. This is 10 episodes of the recording of the podcast.
yep.
Um, as I mentioned earlier, it's been end of last year. So if you're not sick of us by now, we're assuming you're on for the long haul. So
Yeah,
ah,
thanks Austin.
yep. Tripping over the AT-AT. Yep. Well, see, should have sent it to Mav.
Yep.
I
Just
didn't
let me
say
know.
me. I didn't say me because you told Mav about it first. So Mav has first dibs on it. So that's okay. I'll find one day. But yeah, so I was thinking like the only sets that I can see now that could potentially hold value. would be like some of the like the Disney castles, the ones that have the exclusive minifigures in them, I think really can help play a part in that.
Would you
Um,
say any kind of pop culture style, like movie
yeah,
reference, like
yeah,
Jaws? Because it's not a line of sets. Eventually, when it retires, it's the minifigures that came on that set are gonna stay with that set.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't see stuff
DeLorean.
like that going too high, like
No,
unobtainably high. But yeah, I think there will be an increase in price. Um, And again, the exclusive minifigures, just to clear up what I said, just because there is exclusive minifigures in something does not mean it's gonna make it an expensive set.
no.
Um, it also depends what those minifigures are that are exclusive. Now, if it's a Star Wars set and there's exclusive, I would assume those are gonna probably hold a little more weight, just because there are bigger followings of those themes. Um but yeah, like the Disney castle, I mean, I think some of those minifigs hold more value than the set itself. Not maybe total price-wise, but I think more people clamor over having the minifigs more than the
What, like the
castle
Flynn
itself.
Flynn Rider,
Yeah.
Rapunzel?
Yeah. Yep. And that is target date, I believe, end of this year for the new
Yep.
Disney castle.
Got a
Uh,
couple of big ones retiring. Lion Knight's Castle,
yeah, from the graphic, yeah. Yep, I grabbed a
um,
couple big ones.
Boutique Hotel, I think,
Mhm.
is on Jazz Club.
Yep. Daily Bugle.
Daily Bugle, I think, Sanderson Sisters, the Hocus
Yep, Hocus
Pocus House,
Pocus. Yep.
Motorized Lighthouse,
Yep.
Viking Village. I don't know if that was like a really big one. But if you are into winter villages, Alpine Lodge and Sanders Post Office
That's right. Yep.
are are supposedly set to retire
Yeah,
at the
so
end of
there's I
this year.
mean, those are some heavy hitters
If you didn't
that
get Blacktron either.
oh, yeah, that's right, yep. The one that gets me with the Disney castle is now I'm curious. So if that does retire, Diagon Alley. Yes. Hey, Chad,
Diagon
how are
Alley.
you? Yes.
Hey, Chad.
Yeah, Diagon Alley is one of those ones as well. Thank you. I had that on my graphic. I didn't even remember to bring it up there. Um, but yeah, the lack of a Disney castle because we original Disney castle retired, and then it was what soon after they had the second one. I thought they were going to the Disneyland castle. That's what made
Ooh.
sense to me, not a remake of
Could
Disney
be
World.
could be the next one.
That would be my hope. Like, I think it'd be really cool to do like every couple years, do one of the Disney castles from the different parks around the world. I think that'd be an
It,
awesome collection to have.
it's not as glamorous though
It's
as
not. No,
I
no.
know. I seen it
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah, you want that Ferris wheel from Disneyland, right?
Oh, the Ferris wheel. Yeah.
Of
Yep.
Doom.
Of Doom. Yep. Ferris wheel of Doom. Yep. One that swings.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known about that, so appreciate you, giving me the
Yeah, I
insight
think
on that. Oh,
yeah, it's only a few different pieces. Not pieces, but
Wheel of
spots
Death.
on the ride that don't swing.
That's good.
So
Yeah. Once and never again. Yeah, so, I mean, that's interesting to me. Diagon Alley, that has been out for a decent amount of time as well. Not as long as the Falcon, but I feel like that's been out decent amount of time.
I think it has. It seems like they're doing a restructuring of like the Harry Potter line. I know
Yeah.
some of the sets are, we would say, like Luke's Landspeeder repetitive sets.
Yep.
But they're a little bit built differently. If you ask Akio Bricks,
Who's not
Frank,
here.
who's not here, he'll tell you that the night bus this year is a lot better, a lot
Mhm.
cleaner. They improved on it. I like that too. Um, but they're also doing a whole new castle, like buildable
Yeah.
castle again,
Yeah.
and it looks more detailed. And the pricing is reflecting on the amount of detail they're putting into each piece now too. Because I think the last one that was released was like $250.
It's big. It's a big set, mm, piecing all these things together. So I think that's another thing you have to think about too is the space. When you have stuff like that too, you got to make sure you have the space because you don't want to start buying the individual pieces and then not have a space to put them all together in the form it's supposed to be in. Um, but yeah, so like looking at something, you know, this topic of conversation is hard for me because I'm not an investor. So
Neither.
I can't wrap my head around this kind of stuff because it really bothers me. And it's okay for people that want to do it. That's fine. I don't hold a grudge against anybody for it. But I know I brought this up to Alex on London Calling a couple weeks ago when Greg brought up the topic about how they increased the amount of sets being produced. And that was what I said is that I'm happy you guys brought up the levels of production because now everybody has a fair chance to get these sets. And if you don't order it in that however long that pre-order time frame was, um, then you just genuinely missed out. And that's okay too. But now that there's so many, I hope that knocks down the third party reselling because I think everybody should have a fair chance to pay the retail price at that time that it comes out.
No,
Um,
not with Mav and the popcorn stand that I forgot to order.
oh, you didn't order one?
I had it in the cart. I forgot to just go back into it, and
Mm.
because remember I was in
Did you
between.
get Tortuga?
I got Tortuga.
Okay.
I was in between the getting the Transylvanian
Oh
castle.
yeah. Yep.
Remember, I think we both struggled with that one
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's a really really good build, and seeing
Yep.
it in Brick World, it was just like, wow, this
Yep.
is pretty cool. But I value Tortuga a little bit more,
Yeah.
but I always tend to get the $60 set, $70 set, and I like that popcorn stand. And now I'm gonna have to get it for like what, double, like 140 now.
$100, 100, 120. Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna say like 140. So, eh, anybody out there wants to make money off of Nav, just let me know. Uh,
Oh man.
but yeah, but it did reflect though. It totally did reflect the amount of time and the increase in how much production they're gonna do because we were at Brick World. They had it displayed. There was still plenty of space to make your
Shocking.
orders,
Yeah.
right? And even to the
Yep.
last day, I don't even think
Yep.
anything really fully sold out. I
Nope.
think Tortuga and Transylvania was
As
like the
close
top,
as you could get. Yeah.
obviously the top
Yeah.
ones, and I think we predicted that
Yep.
when they first were introduced. But
Yep. Yeah. So that I mean, I'll be really curious to see um, when those do ship the price increases that people try to push them for, knowing that there is an increase in the amount of sets that they go out. So I'll be curious to see what people try to sell them for. I know they're going to sell them astronomically. I mean, just common sense.
Mav will let you know.
Yeah, yeah. So
Um,
I don't know. I'm all about, and I know you are too. Is it just giving everybody a fair chance to get what they want at a fair price? And I get not selling a cafe corner to me at $150, brand new in box. I get that's not realistic. Um, but me as a person, like if I had a cafe corner new in box that I hadn't built, would I try to get a couple extra bucks out of it? Yeah, probably. I'd probably try to, my time for driving there, the gas, that kind of stuff.
well, you got lucky if you held on and decided not to build a cafe corner, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And at that point, just being like, hey, it increased. I don't think I would charge, what was that, triple to quadruple the amount of
I mean, I was like
money
six
from one.
times,
Yeah. So I don't think I'd go that far, but if I paid 140, we said,
150.
okay, like 150. If we paid 150 back then, even selling a double to
Yeah,
triple
yeah.
would be, you know,
In a
more,
perfect world,
yeah.
give it away. But we know that doesn't work.
Give it to Keith,
No, no, no.
please.
I
No,
would
I'm just kidding.
I would love to have a cafe corner and find somebody who is missing it and just gift it to them. Like that. that is, like, more of a meaningful thing to me, to that experience with a person and getting to see a person happy.
And
Uh,
we've done that before
yes,
too,
and it's very
and
rewarding. Yep,
I like that,
yep, very
especially
rewarding as a person.
if it's something that you don't really know, like someone you didn't really know, but that they wanted a like, let's say, I think it was smaller sets that we were
Mhm,
giving away, but
yep,
they were like, "Oh, I need this for my collection."
yeah,
Hey, I got 2 of them. I'll just give you one. Just like the Beastmasters, when I came across the Beastmasters,
yep,
somebody was having a tough time finding one. I just sent it to him. So
yep. Yep, if we had an income coming in as a podcast group, that would be nice where we could do that kinda stuff for people, but we're not to that point yet, but,
we do
I
what we
know
can.
yeah,
We do what we
um,
can.
I know we had talked about at one point, like, we were making
We
a
have a
wish
wish list
list.
still.
Yeah, we
We
do,
still have a wish list still.
it is still something that's there, so if anybody does have a wish list and they wanna share it, like Mav and I, and I'm gonna toss Josh in the loop here too because he does travel quite a lot. So if people do have a wish list, that is something we can share amongst the group here, so that when people are out amongst BAM stores or any of the other non Lego stores, if we come across things, we can always reach out and be like, "Hey, I found this for this. Do you want it? If so, we can buy it. And you can pay us back or PayPal us over, and we'll buy it for you." So
Yep.
the Fell Beast, yes, that was
That was awesome seeing her face when she
yes.
got the fell
We
beast.
still are waiting to build that, Mav. So whenever you're
Um,
ready to crack that seal, I cracked mine. So
yeah, I gotta start giving away some of my GWPs.
yeah, I wish
I
you would
gotta,
have given me my house's one.
dude. I swear I sent it to you. So it's all right.
Somebody got it. Good for
Somebody
you.
got it.
Whoever it was who got it, good for you.
Congratulations.
Yeah. um, so do we want to real quick? I know it was just pivoting here real quick. I know it was July 1st.
As we always do.
Um, yeah. I just wanted to mention to you, did you get your Nike set?
I did not.
Okay, because it is back ordered, so you
I
might have
know.
to check the Lego store. Um, I did get mine. It was not selling like hotcakes at the store. So the sneakerheads, whoever you all are, y'all are pretty good at what you do online because you sold it out online. So congrats on that. Yeah, my store got a lot of sets, so they're still sitting at my store. The box is odd. Was not expecting the box. It's a giant square. It's a very thin giant square. So was not expecting that. Um, my store did sell out of toothless. So was not expecting that.
I was expecting that just because there wasn't a whole lot of merch
Mhm.
for How to Train Your Dragon with the release, and I mean it's something to do, like to build.
Yeah.
It's like it's
Yeah,
not
but
just
I
they have like the toys and the toy section like for the kids and stuff,
yeah.
but they don't have anything that you can construct.
I guess I just wasn't
I
prepared for
still
a store
would
selling out
say
though.
minifigure scale style.
Yeah.
Toothless would have probably blown it more out of the water, but that's what
Yeah,
they
I would
decided
agree.
to go with.
Mhm.
It's still pretty
Yeah.
cute, I guess, like the stitch and stuff,
Mhm.
like we talked about.
Yep. Yeah, I just wasn't expecting it to sell out store level, I guess, because
Well, maybe your store.
yeah,
Maybe you have a lot of tooth
toothless fans. A lot of toothless people.
toothless fans. The dragon from How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh gosh, goodness gracious. Yeah, what I don't even remember what else was out. I feel like July was a pretty quiet month. I think there was what, couple was there a couple Star Wars?
Well, they had the Shelby
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Cobra. Um,
Can't wait to watch Greg build that. London Calling
uh,
reference. Go watch it 2 Fridays ago.
yep,
All
two
I'm gonna
Fridays
say.
ago.
Yep.
I would say, you know what? If they did have some minifigures for How to Train Your Dragon, it would have been cool to take the Viking village
That's what,
and
yeah. That's what
And
Chad was just saying. Village set. Yep.
yeah, he was saying a village set, but if you
Mhm.
didn't, at least if you got the minifigures, you could make your
Your own. Yeah.
own
Yep.
Viking village. Just
Yep.
get a couple of them.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be a cool idea. Yeah, we've talked about that on a few times. The more of like the diorama set, and that wouldn't technically be a diorama, but um something like that would be really cool if it fits. Like for me, Fast and Furious would be an awesome
Just
little.
keep coming out with the speed champion styles.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of the Technic building for
Mm,
the Fast
yeah.
and well, they look nice. I'm not.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm not a fan of it. It's just I'd prefer to have more. Even if it was like the Shelby Cobra style or the
Hmm.
Mustang or the
Yeah. Yeah.
DeLorean, like
Yep.
that, like buildable Lego like
Yep.
that would be awesome. Like the Dodge Charger,
Hmm.
Dom's Charger.
Sell them for 40
It
though with
the
prints.
Mit the Mitsubishi Eclipse,
I don't want to talk about it
the 1998
with
Eclipse,
light kits.
green
I want the
with like
underglow.
no, that'll be Light My Bricks would give you
Shout
that.
out Light My Bricks. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. I'm down for that, man. Fast and Furious, man. It keeps like we keep getting these little nitpicks into the Fast and Furious world, and they just that Eclipse is just dangling, man. It has to come at some point.
It might be the licensing. I'm gonna assume it's the
Yeah,
licensing.
because we haven't seen any other Mitsubishi cars, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think so. So
Uh,
Lego,
Chad's with
please get
the
on that.
yeah, please. Yeah, Mitsubishi, please. Minifig packs from Chad said minifig packs down for that. Um,
Oh, like yeah, like the series style,
yeah,
like not
yep.
CMF series, but like Marvels.
Yeah, so like CMF
Spider-Man
within a theme. Yeah.
within a theme. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, on the topic, give me a Fast and Furious CMF series. Man, look at all the characters in there. I'll take that.
Just
Uh, yeah, no, I think that'd be cool. More original minifig series themes. I think that would be cool. Come up with some new ideas with that. Not just Marvel, not just DC. Like, let's just go off the norm here and go. Like, Disney still has how many characters that haven't been minifigs yet? I mean, you got endless possibilities there. Um, yeah, I mean, even with Marvel and that too, like there are so many. Like, I don't know how many people are comic book people, but there are a lot of characters from the comics that haven't even had like a minifigure yet. Or some of the ones like Daily Bugle, like the Punisher. There's only been one Punisher figure.
Blade.
Blade, yeah. So I mean, there's so many characters that there are opportunities to make things
So
for.
since we're on the Daily Bugle with those characters,
Yes.
I will say, out of all the retired sets, if you want CMF, like not well, minifigures, if you value minifigs,
Yeah,
any of the minifigures in that set, because there were so many of them, I think the value of the figures will justify you buying the set
I agree. Yep.
on that one.
Yep.
So just kind of like I think Avengers Tower is kind of similar to that
Same.
too.
There's a few in
Like
there.
if you, yep. So if you get a series where there's well not series, but if you get a set where there's a series of minifigs that and there's quite a bit of them, normally those are the ones that you should get if you're a minifig collector one.
Yep.
The set's probably going to be cheaper than you would aftermarket trying to collect all the minifigures separately
Mhm.
at some point. I
Yep.
think they'll add up pretty quick, and if you don't like the build, you can always try to sell the build afterwards or part it out or
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I mean, that's a nice thing about some of these things too, is like you said, Daily Bugle. I mean, I know it's a lot of it's a lot of gray and red, but
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, you could literally sell the set without the minifigs and make some of your money back. Or if you just want the build, not the minifigs, same thing. You could sell the minifigs, and you probably definitely would pay the set off for what you spent. Or you can part it out. I mean, again, it's a repetitive build, but there's a lot of stuff too. So there are things you can do with the retiring sets as well. Or again, just hang on to them. I'm going to push this all the time. Trade. Trade, 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 trade. If money doesn't have to leave your hand and you can give somebody one thing and they can give you something you want in return, that's my form of collecting. I enjoy trading because I feel like you're helping out somebody, they're helping you out.
Try not to overvalue your trade too. Go in there,
Yes.
go in there, and when you're trading, try to have a, you know, like an expectation of what you do want, but you just figure out that it's going to be maybe $50 less than what you paid for it, at least minimum.
Yep.
Could be more, but
yeah, that's the one thing that is it can be hard about trading is people tend to like to overvalue their trades. So that does make it more difficult sometimes. But yeah, I mean that's just my preferred route. Because then if money doesn't have to leave my hand, then
no, I agree. Especially like when I have a bunch of sets that I'm not really planning to build at that point trading.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go to a bricks and minifigure and trade it out, or like a local, you know, Lego store like a Boston Brick Co., Atlanta Brick Co. The chances are though they go off the 6-month average price, and then it's a percentage off of that price. So like they'll only pay 50 to 60% of what the 6-month Bricklink average is.
Yep.
So just
So
keep that in just keep that in mind. It's I'm gonna put it out there. It's I mean, I think everywhere I go they're fair with it, but it is like trading at GameStop. So
yeah,
you're not gonna get the value, but if you're okay with that and trading in a few sets and then it equals up to a set to buying a set off of their shelf, do it if it's something you want to do. So
yeah, and I mean sometimes it does feel good to get stuff off your hands sometimes too. It's just been like Luke for you. I know that one's been kind of eating away at the shelf over there.
I mean it's a good build. I just don't know where I would put that, right now.
I know.
And it's a land speeder. At that time, it was because you bought that. I think it's also the GWPs are May the 4th. It kind of brings you to like, yeah, I'll get that set. That you're kind of on the fence, but then you're like, well, I get this and I get this. I might as well just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it, as Palpatine always says.
Fitting. Very fitting. Speaking of that, I still have that May the 4th gift with purchase that I haven't used for trade bait or anything.
Oh, I have like 4 of them.
Another one I thought that was going to blow up, and I don't even know where it is on the market value.
Well, no, I think they had a good amount of them. They did right, and that was actually really good.
Yeah,
GWP because it's like a battle pack and it's something different. See, I like when Lego does that and it has different minifigs that you may not get.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like Aunt Lars.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not the most like wow. I have to have that set. You got an exclusive minifig. It was kind of that's a cool GWP.
I agree, and I think that also, for me, that would also be something that if I was buying a retired set and it had an exclusive gift with purchase, like that would then put me on the prowl for that gift with purchase as well. Because to me, they go hand in hand. Like X Mansion, for example, it came with the Charles Xavier figure, or the little gift with purchase,
Cerebro.
And Cerebro. Yeah. So like I feel like those go hand in hand. So to me, that would increase the value or the appeal to me. Like if I saw somebody had that set with the gift with purchase that came with it, like that would increase its appeal to me. Now I know that I'm probably not in majority on that one. But that would also be something that I would take into consideration. If you're looking at retired sets, did it come with gift with purchase? Did it not? And that's from both angles, buying and selling. If you're selling, then obviously you have probably a jackpot with a gift with purchase that's retired because those tend to blow up more than sets nowadays. Books are
Well,
my passion. Prime example.
yeah, I could tell you that I was at a bricks and minifigure when I was out there in California, and they had a bunch of Jane Austens.
Oh, already.
I think they had 3 or 4 of them, a value $35. But that's not too far off from, because they're
Yep.
valued at, I'd say they're valued at 25, so
I think so.
very, very reasonably priced.
Interesting. Okay.
If you didn't get the GWP,
Yeah.
I didn't really care if I did or didn't. It wasn't something that I
No.
needed to have. If I did, if there was something released and I bought it, it's always good to get a free set, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
So
Yep. I agree. Yeah, I know there was something else I wanted to bring up here. I'm trying to
you-
remind myself.
you're trying to remind yourself, yet you forgot.
But yet I forget. Common Keith theme. You know how that goes. Um,
Is there a set, while you're thinking about that, I'm going to
yeah.
make you think even more.
All right.
Is there a set that's due to retire that you need to get before it retires? And what set is it? If it is, or if there is one.
I don't think so, because I hit pretty hard that first year of collecting. So anything that was about to retire is probably purchased. I can't think off the top of my head. Any on yours?
I already got it on double points.
Yeah, you got the Venator, right?
No, Lion Knights.
Or Lion Knights, that's right. Yeah.
Which is funny because it's still back ordered. At
Oh,
one
yeah.
point, it was saying November.
Close to retirement.
Yeah. So
That's interesting. We'll have to keep an eye on that situation. Because if it is going to retire, will they have the stock?
I think it is. I think anybody who bought it, like
Should be
they're
okay.
gonna have the enough stock to fulfill those
Yep.
orders. That's normally how it is. So,
well, fingers crossed.
well, I only did it because of double points. And I know you said you had one, but I still don't know what you're doing with it. So
I don't know what I'm doing with it either. Because now I have these new thoughts in my mind. Am I doing a city? Am I not? I don't know. Might end up using it.
You can still have a city. You just might not be as expansive as you think it is. Like,
yeah,
I like having something small and manageable. If I have to change out a modular, I'm going to change out a modular, and then put the modular on display somewhere else. You don't have to.
I know. Quick shout out though. Or no, go ahead. I don't want to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say quick shout out to the new Bricklink series, that hot air balloon, man. I can see it right in that corner, right above your left shoulder, man. I can see it hanging there already.
Yep.
That's gonna look good.
I told you when they brought it out, I'm like, I gotta get that.
Yep.
I gotta get that.
If the city's staying, I might actually get 2 in different parts, and put them in different parts of the city, because they are. I mean, that set is just like, it's a perfect city set.
I might have it. My thought is the Daily Bugle's behind me.
Yep.
And Spider-Man has the webbing. I was thinking of having him like almost like the Tobey Maguire when he's trying to stop the train, except he's
that'd be cool.
attached to the building and to the hot air balloon. So
I look forward to seeing that if that's the path you choose.
Nah, I always like to do something. Like, I like doing storytelling in my city.
Well, it plays with your city because you, like you said, you do a lot of the pop culture stuff.
Yeah, I do. So pretty much the module says I don't need to go as far back as you do.
Yeah.
If I came across, there is a Palace Cinema I must have. It's a must. That's another set that's retired, but I think that's still reasonably priced, whether it's built or not, because I do have tiles that I bought at Brickworld.
Okay.
That were for different movie themes.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
It'd be cool to kind of like I'm not gonna. So me and you have this thing where we got to keep the set kind of the way the set is original, but I found a way of like making like an A-frame, like sign stand, and that you can clip 2 different tiles on, now
Yes.
playing.
So
So
it's still original,
so
just
it's
with an
still
extra.
original. It's an extra, but it's on the actual road plate
Yes.
instead.
Yeah, see, that's
So
okay.
that's okay. That's appropriate, right?
Yes. Um, yeah, so, I mean, this topic, I think, is something that, we can always come back to,
Oh
probably
yeah.
revisit closer to the end of the year, just kinda see, like, what is actually retiring. Because if you go on Lego.com right now, I think there's 4 sets that are on there that are retiring, maybe it was 6, but a couple of them are education sets, so there's not really much posted on there. Um, but yeah, you'll start seeing that stuff start popping up here, I'd assume probably after what, September, October. They'll probably really start putting that
But
stuff
take
updated.
but advice for right now, take the lists that
Mhm,
you can get, because there's a
mhm.
bunch of different lists going on about what could and could not be retiring, um, and just kind of make your order. If it's
Yep.
you need to get if you need to get a few of those before they retire, make a list and then chip away as what you can do.
Check it
Don't
twice.
don't put yourself out though,
Yeah.
just to
Yep.
get them. Like sometimes you just gotta have that have that regret,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay to not get it. If you have a chance in the aftermarket to get it and it's the right price for you and decent value, because I think still the AT-AT isn't like super overpriced. It's
Yeah.
within reach, I would say.
Yeah. It's not like the Star Destroyer
What is
or
it
the Death
like?
Star.
What is it like? 1,000 to 1,200 bucks
Yeah.
is the
Yeah.
right now, which is if it was 1,000, it's 150,
Yeah.
200 bucks more.
Yep.
So, but
The other last piece of advice that you and I always like to tell people too is if there are sets coming up on retirement that you want, it's okay to skip out on the new sets coming out
yep.
because they will be out for at least another 2 years. So skip those, get the retired stuff done first that you want, and then you can go back, to the new sets. However, my thing is, and Mav, I know you're with me on this sometimes. If there's a gift with purchase with the new set, and it's very short, small shelf life gift with purchase, I would take that over a retiring
Like
set.
what they used to do with the modulars, for
Yes.
instance,
Mhm.
where you would have a modular come out and they had like the classic taxi,
Yep.
right? If you bought it, that's cool. Something that goes with your city, because if you're buying a modular, chances are you're either making a city or you want to kind of display it
Mhm.
in a way that's kind of like a cityscape. Star Wars, for instance, too, just like that.
Yep.
Um, if it's a set that you really want, a GWP you want, they tend to sell more afterwards. So
I agree. Yep. All right. So just a few reminders. We have Nike build and review coming up.
we,
TBD.
we don't know yet.
TBD.
TBD.
It's
See if Mav can
looking
even get the Nike set.
well, true, yeah. I think we had talked about it potentially would be the 19th, because I'm away the 12th, and then we have the 48-hour stream on the 26th. That leaves the 19th. So, looking like it'll be the 19th. Um, so kind of just a look ahead here. Might as well just do it because we're already here. So we have after hours this Friday. That is July 4th. Yes, we are celebrating after hours on the 4th. If you are busy enjoying other things, please don't feel obligated to stop by, but
And
we
it's
will be
it's
there.
on a flex time. It's either 10
Yes.
or 11,
Yes.
depending
TBD.
on, because it gives us some time.
Yeah. Then we will be back for sure Monday the 7th, 10 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. Friday the 11th is going to be a TBD because I am out of town. So if that does happen, it'll be me randomly showing up on a cell phone, probably by the pool in the state of Tennessee. So bear with me on that one.
Mav was trying to do that and had no time.
Yeah, which I'm thinking that's probably going to be how it is, but I'm going to leave it open at the moment. Then the Monday the 14th, again, YouTube 10 p.m. We will have a special guest for you that night. Friday the 18th, after hours, 10 p.m. on Instagram. Saturday the 19th should be the Nike set build and review, but we'll keep you guys posted on that. And then that same weekend, again, our little miniature, we'll call it our own little Bricklink design program, contest, whatever you want to call it. Again, we're asking the community to use your imagination and come up with your own original mock. You can submit that to us by the 18th. So send in pictures of your build by the 18th. We will put those in a poll and have the community vote for them. And then we will have the winner of that poll announced on Monday, the 21st, with another special guest. That would be the second in a line of 3 weeks. Then we have that week of the 20th. We will be doing, we got a lot going on in July, man. I'm not going to lie.
We do.
That week of the 20th, Sunday the 20th, we start out the community challenges for the brick by brick build for hope event. So those events will run the 20th through the 27th, and then Mav and I have no after hours. That's the caveat here. There will be no after hours on the 25th, and that is because we will be live as part of a 48-hour build-a-thon. So technically, you're getting us after hours from 7 p.m. on the 25th through 7 p.m. on the 27th. And then we end out the month of July on Monday, the 28th, with our last guest of the month, who will be going over some special things coming out in August. So excited for that as well. So we are packed for the month of July. We were talking about how crazy things are, and we are absolutely packed.
We are.
Now that I'm thinking about the month, it's just going to be a disaster.
Thank you, Keith, for the 48-hour. That's gonna be fun.
It is. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
See which one of us passes out,
falls asleep first. Well,
we are now your sleeping bricks.
The good thing is, yes, Chad, 48 hours. The good thing is, Nakoa has or is planning to have some maybe some videos for us where if we are getting to a point overnight where we are tired, we can play the little video, hopefully give us like a half-hour break where we can let the video run through and we can, off to the side. I don't know if that's actually worse though, getting a little half-hour nap and being fearful of not waking up. But yeah, I think the event itself is going to be a blast. If nobody saw my post or my story today, I'm just double checking here real quick because I want to make sure I am not saying anything incorrectly here. I did put a story up earlier, actually 2 stories up. I did put the donation page up for the event. So if you don't mind sharing that, anybody listening, if you don't mind sharing that, there will be posts which I will be sharing between Mav and I here over the next week when things really start kicking off with the link to the donation. Definitely am not asking for any monetary donations. If you are able to, definitely would appreciate it. But the only thing I'm asking for, I mentioned this the other day, is time. Time is the most valuable thing to me. So if you have the time to take even to share the link, that would be more than appreciated. But without even starting our community challenges, again, those start the 20th. We've already had 2 anonymous donors, and we've already raised $7,049
out of our goal of
anything. The goal is set at 500,000. That was set by the nonprofit themselves. We do have hopes of having some outside help as far as some athletes joining us, some other people in the entertainment industry. So we're hoping to get some outside hope from people in those worlds, the non-Lego worlds, I'll call them. But to not even have the community challenge started yet, and we already have over $7,000, I think we are on the right pace. Because when I had this whole idea, I was like, you know what? Maybe I can raise $500. Maybe I can raise $1,000. I think that'd be cool to gift out. But we're already over 7,000, and we haven't really even done anything yet. So kudos to those 2 anonymous donors. Greatly appreciate you guys. I don't know if you ever listen to this podcast, but if you do, appreciate you. And anybody that is able to even lend $1, or if you can't, as I asked, your time, that is more.
Just the support in general
Yes.
for the
Yep.
is all that we're really looking for, because that's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to support this cause and do what we can.
Yes.
So
100% agree. So I am looking forward to seeing what comes from this. I'm also excited to watch you, Mav, walk across Lego bricks. Very excited to watch that. Just tossing this out there. When we originally had the flyer out, it was noted that we're challenging you to walk barefoot on Lego bricks. However, that flyer has been amended to state walk on Lego bricks. In parentheses, it does state shoes, in shoes. That was not my doing. That was at the discretion of the nonprofit. So I completely support what they are doing. However, I will be walking barefoot. As the original, I will read the original reference here. Walking barefoot on Lego bricks symbolizes the pain, resilience, and strength of children affected by addiction. If a child can go through what they go through, facing a crisis of an addiction, I'm pretty sure I can walk barefoot on Lego bricks and I'll survive.
I'll raise you up one. We're gonna do all wedge pieces.
All wedge pieces, man. I'll do whatever.
I'll,
I'll even go.
I'll,
The knees hurt more for me. Knees hurt more than feet. Like kneeling on a Lego brick hurts way more than a foot, in my opinion. So I'll go knees across Lego
Is it gonna
bricks.
be in the Lego room? In your Lego room?
Yes.
Nice.
I will put whatever pieces down, because walking on that is nowhere near what these kids go through. So
then you got to clean them up.
Well, yeah, that's what you get one of those Wall-E robots for. They can just come in and just sweep everything up. So
what is it? The Lego vac?
Oh, the Lego vac. Yeah, if only that was real.
They do have one.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, the one that's supposed to clean up all the Lego and just put it into a bin, so that way you don't have to hand pick it up.
Yeah, but then you get the hair in it and the fuzz.
You're gonna get that anyways.
Yeah, I know.
So,
It's a lose-lose. Josh. Fair. All right. So yeah, if anybody wants that rewind of the calendar coming up, this will be posted here when we're done on YouTube, and then in the next day or so, it will be up on Apple, Spotify, and that's it. Apple, Spotify, and YouTube.
Amazon too.
Well, yeah, but we don't understand that one.
Yeah,
so.
we don't. It's out there. So if you understand it, you can listen to it.
Go find it. You can
go find it. We just definitely ping it to the 2 major ones that we know. So,
yep.
And we want to thank everybody for their support and always joining us and always giving us likes and really good messages. We appreciate you all.
Yes. Yeah, we always keep forgetting to do that, and I'm trying to see, do we have one of these things? No, we don't. So I'm just going to do it here because we're almost at the end. So please, if you don't mind, like, subscribe, and I don't know, what's the other one? Share, comment? I don't know. Just like and subscribe. That's fine.
Thumbs up.
All right. So again, this Friday, that is July the 4th. Shooting for 10 p.m. Eastern. We may TBD that, but we'll keep you guys posted. So plan on 10, but if it changes.
It depends on how the day goes, but we will be live.
Did you say alive or we will be live?
We will live. We will be live. I said live. We will be live on Friday. Just 4th of July. And the confetti. Congratulations.
I had to. On that note, we will see y'all on Friday.
Thanks for joining the Hidden Bricks. See you next time.